So welcome everyone. We are going to start with a tennis ball under our foot and just rolling heel arches, the padded part under your toes. Hopefully some of you are doing this on a regular basis to, help get your energy flowing and stretch out the bottoms of the feet. And you probably notice I'm switching from one foot to the other, but the most important part is that you give even attention to both sides. And then when you feel complete, you're gonna set that tennis ball off to the side. And if you didn't have a tennis ball, you could like massage your feet or something like that. Now coming towards the front of your mat, we're gonna start with the hands at the heart center and taking a couple of nice deep breaths so that you connect your breath and your body. And thinking about, like taking a moment, notice how you're feeling throughout your body as well as your mind, and thinking about how you want to feel when we're done with practice today. And then after you set your intention, feeling your feet on the ground, and we're going to inhale, reach those arms up towards the sky, and if you want to come up onto your toes, you can. So inhale is up, exhale is down, and just moving with your breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. Trying to keep that flow. Now we're going to, I like to have the feet about hip width apart. You're going to bend your knees as you inhale up, press down with your feet, exhale, come down. So inhale up, exhale down. And doing this a couple of times, this helps to, of course, stretch out your body and brings up your energy a little bit. One more time. And then the next time you exhale, just bringing your hands down to your side, and you're towards the front of your mat. If you like to use blocks, you'll have them towards the front of your mat. Inhale, you're going to reach up towards the sky. Exhale into your forward bend, either with your arms in line with your ears or sliding down. We're going to do that a couple times. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale is up. Exhale down. We're going to take the hands onto the legs. Inhale halfway up. Exhale into your legs. You could have your knees bent a little bit as you're doing this, or you can have your legs straight. And just moving with your breath. Next time you come in towards your legs, we're going to take the hands to the ground. Step back with your right foot into a nice deep lunge. Find your balance. Hands to your thigh or up towards the sky. Now we're going to add in a twist. So you're going to inhale while your arms are extended. The exhale, you're either going to bring your hands to your heart center and the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, or hands on the thigh. Right? You're twisted, your belly towards the inside of your left thigh, and you're breathing, finding your balance. Nice long inhale. Make sure you can still breathe. Now on your inhale, lengthen, come back to the center. Exhale, bring your hands down. We're going to step back into a plank. And just find your place here. You could have your knees up or down. Long, smooth breaths. On an exhale, bending the knees, you're going to reach back into a down dog. Lengthen your spine. Pedal through your feet, which means you're bending one knee and taking the opposite heel towards the ground. Now on one of these inhales, you're going to take your right leg and step it forward. And again, find your balance, hands to the thigh or up towards the sky. Still breathing, long, smooth breaths. On an exhale, hands to the heart center. elbow to the outside of the right thigh, or your hands are on the thigh. And just breathe, long, smooth breaths, connecting your body and your breath. On the inhale, we're gonna lengthen. Bring your hands down to the ground. On the exhale, step that back foot forward. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart center. So again, checking in. How's your heart rate, your body temperature? How are you feeling? And let's do one more. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale into your forward bend. Inhale, slide halfway up your legs. Exhale in towards your legs. We're going to step back on the inhale with the right foot. This time, you're going to, your feet are hip width apart, the legs distance apart lengthwise. You're going to keep your right hand down on the floor. Left hand comes up onto the thigh, belly towards that inner thigh. And if comfortable, you're going to reach your left hand up towards the sky. Now you're still breathing. You're focused. Engage your legs because we're going to take that right hand off the ground and reach it forward, and your left hand will come back. Keep breathing. On an inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back and slide into your down dog. Again, pedal through your feet for just a moment, and then on the inhale, step forward with the right foot. Left hand stays on the ground. Right hand towards the thigh. Again, if it's comfortable, the left arm comes up towards, right arm towards the sky. And again, find your balance in your feet because we're going to take that right arm back, left arm forward. Still breathing. Still focused. On an inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hands down. And then next exhale, back foot comes forward. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart center. So you're checking in, then you're going to turn so that you can have your legs wide on your mat. And here, your feet are either parallel or you have your heels slightly out so that the toes are turned in. You're going to have the hands on the outside of the thighs. So inhale is going to be center. Exhale, you're going to slide down one side. Inhale up, slide down the second side. And just alternating with your breath. Now, if you want to, you can start to lift that outside elbow up as you slide down. And if it's comfortable, you'll turn your face towards the lifted shoulder. Moving with your breath. Now, next time you go to the right, we're going to slide down and you're going to stretch that left arm over top. Inhale up. Exhale, slide down. Alternating sides. And again, if you want to turn your head towards that lifted arm, you can add that in. And of course, you're modifying however you need to make it work for your body. Now this time, legs are still wide. You're pulling in towards the center to see if you can engage those inner thighs. Now you're going to take your right forearm, place it at the top of the thigh. Inhale up. You're going to exhale, let that knee bend, and your forearm rests on that thigh. Inhale up. Exhale, second side. And just moving with your breath. Next time you go to the right, you're going to take that left arm and reach up overhead. Inhale up. Exhale to the left side. Again, extend that right arm. It's in line with your ear. One more time on each side. Nice. Now this part, this is where you're going to need your strap or whatever you're using in place of the strap. We still have a wide angle with our feet. Whatever you're using, sock, belt, you're going to take it behind you and have your hands about shoulder width apart. Feet are still pulling in towards the center. You're going to inhale up, and you might bend your knees. It depends what feels right in your body. You're going to exhale, come halfway down, and then inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Keep breathing. Then we're going to exhale, strap comes down, press down with your feet, inhale, come up. This time you're going to inhale up, exhale as deeply as is comfortable, and then inhale, reach those arms overhead, gently pulling on your strap, continuing to breathe. And on the exhale, you'll take your hands down, press down with your feet, inhale, come up. We're going to set the strap off to the side for a moment. Now, hands are going to be on your pelvis, so I have the tops of my hands resting on the back of my pelvis, feet pulling in towards the center, inhale is up. Exhale, come forward. Now you're going to release the right hand to the ground. Now the inhale, you're going to take the left arm forward and turn your head away. Exhale, back to the center. Staying on the same side. So the inhale, left arm stretches, head turns to the right. Exhale, head to the center, hand back to the hip. Last time. After your exhale, bring your left hand down to the center, right hand onto the pelvis. And again, inhale, right arm comes forward, head turns to the left. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back to center. And last time. Now you're going to take both hands to the floor. They could be on a block. You're going to walk your hands over to the right as you bend the right knee. I like to place my elbow on the inside of the knee. Kind of helps me keep the knee tracking over the foot. And for many of us, we get a nice stretch on the inside of the thighs here. There may be other things that you're feeling. Coming back through the center as you straighten the right leg, walking the hands over to the left. And again, bending your left knee, and it's right kind of around your left elbow. Still breathing, noticing all those wonderful sensations. And we're going to make our way back to the center. Now you're going to walk your hands forward a little bit, and they may not be on your mat. They may be on your carpet or your floor. Now what I want you to do, you're going to point your index fingers forward. Your fingers are spread a little bit. And you're going to make your way up onto your toes. So the movement is you're just lifting your heels up, coming onto your toes. Now I want you to imagine that you're going to start to bring your hips over your shoulders and disconnect your toes from the floor. Now, of course, we're not doing that right now, but you're noticing what muscles you would engage if you wanted to get your feet off the floor. And next time your heels come down, you're going to walk your feet in a little bit, bend your knees, take your elbows onto your thighs. So your butt's kind of sticking out behind you, and then make your way up. Okay, so we're kind of in a wide, high squat, okay? Now, arms are at your sides. You're going to inhale, straighten the legs, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, sit down into a wide chair position. Inhale up, exhale down. Make sure your lower back is feeling comfortable. So you're only coming as deeply as it feels okay in your body. Last time. Inhale up, exhale down. We're going to bring our hands to the heart center. Step your feet together. Inhale those arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and press your palms up towards the sky. You're going to reach to the right. Inhale, center. Reach to the left. I realize you can't see my hands, but my fingers are interlaced, palms up towards the sky. You could also have your hands disconnected, palms pressing into the center. So next time you finish on your left side, you're going to come back to the center, hands on the thighs. Inhale up, exhale, slide down into your forward bend. And just do that a few times. Of course, this is our counter pose of coming back to the center. One more time. Now, once you come up, I want you to, and you can use a wall or you can use the back of a chair or something here, or you can be in the center of the room. You're going to take your weight onto your left foot. You're going to cross the right ankle over the top of the thigh, hands at your heart center. And you're going to inhale up and exhale like you're sitting into a chair. So your standing leg bends. And then possibly you're going to reach your forearms towards your shin and wrap the top of the foot around the back of your elbow. Keep breathing. If appropriate, you're going to bring your hands down to the ground. And then maybe bend your elbows. Your leg forms a little bridge over your triceps. And then possibly you lift your left foot off the ground. And then when you're complete, walk your hands back in. Whoops. Come up a little bit more slowly than I did. And notice how you're feeling. And it doesn't matter if your hands come to the ground, if you get that back foot off the ground. We're working with where we're at, right? So second side, hands at the heart center. You're going to cross the left ankle over the top of the right knee. And again, start to sit back. Breathe, find your focus. Possibly your forearms come to your shin and your foot wraps around the elbow. Hands come down to the ground. Maybe you bend your elbows and take your shin onto your triceps. And again, maybe that right foot comes off of the ground. And when you're complete, and that's something you can kind of play with if you like it. The other way that you can do this is have your hands on a wall and practice coming down into your chair in that position. So of course, once you come back to the center, we're going to take your hands to your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into your chair position. We're going to do this 2 more times. And when you're done, relax your arms to the side and take a moment to connect with your breath. We are going to make our way down to the ground. And this is where when you come down to the ground, you're going to want a rolled blanket and a strap. So get yourself down to the ground in some safe way. And we're going to make our way onto our back body. So you're on your back, you're relaxing with your breath, noticing which parts of your body connect to the floor. And then you're going to find your strap and place it around the padded part of your right foot. And we're going to try to have that leg perpendicular to the ground. And you're going to walk your right hand up your strap so that the elbow is straight. Now, some of you are going to keep your left leg bent with the foot on the floor, and some of you are going to stretch it out. And here, we've done this in class before. I want you to think about keeping the right side and the left side of your hips on the ground. And you're going to slowly open that leg out to the side. And your left foot is flexed like you're standing on it, or that knee is bent and you're pressing that foot into the floor. Keep breathing. And then very carefully bring that leg up. You're going to switch your hands on the strap. So now you've walked the left hands up the strap and you're going to cross that leg over your body. Of course, I have a wall here. So you're going to, and this time your right hip will come off the ground. And then if it feels good, and you don't let that foot drop to the floor, you're controlling it with the strap. If it feels good, you're going to turn your head to the right. So the opposite direction of the leg. Still breathing. On an inhale, make your way back to the center with the head and the leg. Now you're going to hold one hand on either side of the strap, and you're going to bend that knee towards your body. And you keep the bottom of the right foot pointing up towards the ceiling. And again, your left leg can be bent with the foot on the ground or straight, but you're bringing that knee in a comfortable place towards your body. For most of us, it comes just a little bit outside of the line of our body, so it's kind of like headed towards my armpit. Now, I want you to think about this before we do it, because we never want to overextend. You're going to start to straighten that right leg. Okay, and again, left leg bent or straight on the ground. You're still breathing, never forcing, making sure that you're holding on to the strap in a way that you're not losing circulation in your fingers. And then gently start to release that leg, take your strap off, bring your right foot to the floor, and take a moment to feel your body on the floor. And we're going to switch sides. So taking the strap on the padded part of the left foot, straightening your leg so maybe it's perpendicular to the floor. Again, your right leg can be bent or straight. And you're going to take both straps into the left hand and start to open your leg out to the side, keeping both sides of your pelvis on the floor. And again, the wall is there, so my leg's not going any further. And you're still breathing, making sure there's comfort in your body. Now, very carefully, you're going to bring that leg back to center, switch hands. So now your right hand is holding on to the strap. Your left arm is out to the side for balance. And we're going to cross that leg over the body, but you're in control. You're not going to drop that foot to the floor. And if it's comfortable, you turn your head to the left. And here your left hip does come off the ground. Still breathing. On an inhale, we'll come back to the center. Feel your body on the ground. Take one side of each strap into a hand. And you're going to bend that knee so that it comes towards the outside of your body. And the bottom of your left foot is pointing towards the ceiling. And again, you're holding on to the strap in a way that's fairly comfortable. Your right leg is straight or bent, whatever is most comfortable for you, and you're breathing. And again, very carefully, you are going to think about starting to straighten that left leg. Right? Still breathing, making sure you're comfortable. Don't overdo it. Make sure you're still able to breathe long, smooth breaths. And again, very carefully, you're going to start to release that strap. Take the strap off. And now we're going to have both feet off of the ground. And holding on to the knees, you can go in a circular motion a couple of times in each direction. You can just hold on to your knees. You can move side to side. You're trying to release the lower back to the ground. Now, holding on to your legs after you're done relaxing the lower back, you're going to inhale, knees away from the body and head on the ground. Exhale, head towards the knees. Inhale, knees away, head on the ground. Exhale, head and knees towards one another. And just do that a few times with your breath. If one part doesn't work, like you just want to move the knees and not the head, that's okay. Last time. Okay, now next time when your body is flat on the ground, we're going to take the feet carefully down to the ground And walk your feet so they are, if you have a mat, you know, they're just a little bit wider than the mat. And you're gonna bring one knee at a time into the center towards the floor. And it's not important that the knee touches the ground, right? The idea is to get that movement in your hip flexor. And we move one leg at a time so that you can really feel the sensation of the movement. And the next time you do your left side, again, you're going to carefully lift your feet up off the ground. Now the knees are bent and your feet are wide. And you're either going to hold on to the backs of your thighs, your ankles, or the outsides of your feet. So now you have a knee on either side of your body. And then some of you might like to just hold the position here. Some of you might like to rock from side to side. But just kind of see how it feels in your body, what feels good, and make sure that you're holding on in a way that's comfortable for you. Now, very carefully, you're going to think about this before you do it. You're going to straighten one leg, and then bring it in, and then straighten the other leg. And just do that a couple of times, moving through your legs. And remember, you're holding on to wherever your hand easily comes to on your leg. Now, the next time that you do your left side, you're going to release your hands, roll over to the side, and we're going to make our way up onto our hands and knees. And if you'd like to have a blanket under your knees, you're going to place one there. So your hands are just under your shoulders, maybe slightly in front, knees as wide as your hips, maybe slightly behind your hips. Inhale here with your lower abdominals engaged. Exhale down to child's pose. You all know this because we've been doing it from the beginning. Inhale is up, exhale is down. Now the next time that you come down to the ground, you're going to slide your hands in and wrap them around your legs. Relax your head onto the floor or put a blanket underneath. Just take a couple of breaths. And from here, you're going to make your way up. You're going to find your roll. Now, once you see what we're doing, you may find that the thing that you made isn't exactly how you want it to be. But you're going to neatly, to the best of your ability, take your roll and place it on the ground in the center of your mat. And so your butt's going to stay on the floor, and then the blanket hopefully will be under your back and your head, okay? And you want your head parallel with the floor, vision, of course, towards the ceiling. You could have your eyes closed. And then your legs are in whatever position is comfortable. So some of you will have them stretched out. Some of you will have your knees bent. Some of you might have your legs crossed with the knees open, but find a comfortable way for your legs to be. And then you're going to relax for a few moments. Let your shoulders soften towards the floor so that your chest opens up a little bit. And just follow your breath. So notice what parts of your body move as you're breathing. Now, some of you may choose to stay like this and not do the movements that we're going to do, and some of you may want to do movements. So now we're going to add in the head, neck, and shoulders here. So you're going to inhale, right arm up, head turns to the left. Exhale, back to the center, arm comes down. Alternating sides, left arm up, head turns to the right. On the inhale, exhale, head back to center, arm comes down. And again, you're just going to do that at your own pace with your breath, noticing all those wonderful sensations. Again, this is something that you could do, like you could just move the head if your arms don't want to be moved or can't be moved today, or you could just move the arms and not the head. Or you could not move at all. So one more time on each side. And when you're done,
You're just going to see if you can allow your body to form into the roll that's underneath your spine. See if you can soften your shoulders, let your head and your body be heavy. And again, your legs are in some sort of comfortable position, extended, knees bent, legs crossed, but you're looking for a way to be comfortable here. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and see if you can connect with the movements of your breath. And from here, I want you to check in with your body and see if there's anything else that your body needs, right? Any stretches that we missed or some part of your body that doesn't feel like it got enough attention. And if that's the case, you're going to add that in now. And then if you are ready for Shavasana, we're going to do a short Shavasana. We'll come up and do a breathing and a focus practice. And then we're going to do a little bit more movement before we end, just so that you kind of have that in your mind. Okay, so you're going to make your way, after you're done doing whatever extra stretches you want to do, you're going to make your way into Shavasana. And as you start to soften into your position, and some of you may want to stay with that roll underneath your spine. Some of you may want to choose something totally different, but get yourself to a comfortable place and then allow yourself to be completely supported by the ground beneath you, by the earth beneath that. Gentle, smooth breaths, inhale and exhale. And as you are settling in, imagine any tension, any place left in your body or in your mind, in your thinking. Just invite all of that to be released down into the earth. Just let it go. Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. So, as you start to make your way back to your body, back to the room, noticing how you're feeling, and if you need to be in Shavasana a little bit longer, feel free to stay there. If you'd like to do a breathing practice, I'm going to invite you to sit up. And you're going to place your hand on your diaphragm. So this is a little bit stronger breath than we've done before. And I call it, bunny breathing, and you'll see why in just a moment. And like with all the breathing practices that we do, if it makes you feel at all uncomfortable, just return back to your regular breath. So we're going to do the first stages of this breathing. You breathe in through your nose, and then you breathe out through your nose again, but in short little staccato breaths, engaging the diaphragm. So breathe in through your nose, and then out. Breathe in again, and out in little breaths. Again, inhale. Exhale, short little staccato breaths. Engaging your diaphragm as you do so. Now, if you were to do this as in its full practice, you breathe in and out in that way. So and it's important that you still breathe fully, right? So you're kind of forcing the exhale, which creates the inhale, all right? It's called Kapalabhati, or skull shining breath. And notice how you feel. So even just after those couple of breaths, it brings up your energy. It creates heat. It's one of those cleansing breaths that we use when you were reading about like the bandhas and accumulating trash. This would be a breath that we use to release that stuff. Now, taking your seat, making sure that you're comfortable. Eyes can be closed, or you're looking at a non-moving spot on the ground. And the chant that I did was to Ganesh, who is the remover of obstacles, because all of a sudden that's what popped into my head as you were coming out of Shavasana. And so I want you to think of, at this moment, any obstacles that you have. Maybe choose one that you consider to be maybe a bigger obstacle. I know the first thing that pops to my head. And then I want you to think about, is this obstacle something that you have control over? So sometimes obstacles, like, we create our own, and other times they're put in place by others around us. And so if it's something that you can do something about, I want you to think about what it is that you're going to do. And if it's something that you can't do something about, I want you to think about how you can let go of it then, how you can go with the flow of what is, kind of like many of us have had to do at this time. And see if in this really short period of time, that if you can come to some sort of place of quiet or peace around that idea. And then I want to thank you, and I want you to thank yourselves for showing up here, right? And for doing the practice and for keeping going no matter what, right? So when you're ready, you might take your hands to your heart center and bow your head and heart to the ground. We're going to do a little movement. So very carefully, I'm going to have you bring yourself onto your hands and knees again. Okay, so you're on your hands and knees. The lower abdominals are engaged. You're going to inhale
here with a flat back. You're going to turn your toes under. The exhale is going to be into a down dog. And then your inhale can be plank or up dog or tabletop, down dog, or child's pose. So you're just going to move back and forth with your breath. And I'm kind of doing all different things so that you can get an idea. But the idea is that you're either in plank, tabletop, up dog on your inhale, and child's pose or down dog on your exhale. Just moving with your breath, noticing how your body flows with your breath. And then when you feel complete, some of you might want to keep moving. You're going to bring yourself to center. Maybe your hands are at your heart center. Connect with your breath. Notice the energy level of your body. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.
Well, he wasn't just up to his spot. Everybody could hear it.